Hey guys, Jason here from Marketing Matrix AI. So today we're going to do a little bit of a audit on some local law firms in the Sutherland Shire. So I randomly picked this mob here and just found them here in Google. So we just typed in lawyers Sutherland Shire, had a bit of a scroll through, and these guys here have got a 3.1. All right, so they really, you've got a low score there. You really want to be picking up your SEO game. So, because a lot of people these days for local businesses are going to be looking at your Google listing. And, if you go back here to the top three, you've got these ones here with 4.8, 4.8 and a 5, right? So realistically then, if that's the case, you sort of want to be showing up here or get some better reviews. So that would be my first thing I'd say. So they're down here somewhere, these guys here, all right? So let's have a bit of a sticky beak at WMD Law. So first thing I've noticed, this text, they've got all their text here in this image. But if I go over and check out their header structure, they haven't got any H1s in this, right? So, and then if you go over to their services pages, same again, all this is an image, it can't be read. Right, so if Google can't read that, Google can't read it. So, and if we have a look again over here, no H1s, no H2s, no H3s. And they start off with H4, and the first word in H4 is locations, right? So obviously you're trying to target commercial law. But what I would do if I was you, okay, so if I was this company and they needed help, let's just check out where they're actually at. So it looks like they've got Sutherland, they've got a few different offices around town, right? So there's Sutherland, Sydney, Campbelltown, Merimbula, Bega and Eden, right? So realistically, you should be building out service pages for each one of these locations. And, you should be basically SEOing those pages, so you want to be saying, have a page for commercial law Sutherland Shire, commercial law Sydney, commercial law Campbelltown, commercial law Merimbula, Bega and Eden, right? And then you want to do exactly the same for each one of these services that you're offering, right? Because then you can target those areas, by use of keywords and the way that you structure the page. Okay, so that's a biggie. We see a lot of law firms do that. They just, they obviously got somebody to build a page for them, maybe a cheap web designer, and web designers generally don't have any SEO skills. It's usually a specialist type of field. So let's have a look here, see if they've got any schema markup. So they've got no schema on the page either. So realistically, you want to be adding your schema markup to these pages, but they don't have any schema. So, they've got a lot of text here. So, I'm not going to read it, but it's, obviously it's not targeting the intent of this page. Okay. I'm guessing if we go to one of their other service pages, let's have a look at property law here. I would assume that's going to be the same. So, yep, this is Unreadable. And they've got our property law here. So, you would think that would be a H1 there. So, let's have a look. If we go over to here. So, yet again, no H1s, no H2s, no H3s. All right, so I've popped them into Screaming Frog as well. So, let's take a bit of a sticky beat here. Let's check out H1s. So, basically they got a ton of missing H1s and a ton of H2s that aren't going on there. And they've got no meta descriptions, right? So, you know, if you don't have a meta description, guys, what's going to happen is Google's just going to pull from what they think is best, right? So your meta descriptions are, you know, basically in search. That's your meta description here, right? And these are your meta titles up the top here, right? So this is put in on the back end. Let's have a look. It looks like it's a WordPress website. So let's go and have a look at with this cool little nifty tool called Built With. And you're still using Google Analytics, the universal version. Now that has now, in the last couple of weeks, Google's basically said they've stopped, no data's going through this anymore. So you need to upgrade to GA4, otherwise, you know, you've left it too late now, and most of your data you're not going to have from now at this point on. So it's going to be hard for anyone that takes over to see historical history. Okay. Yeah, this is a WordPress site. Okay, let's just take a look through here. Robots text contains meta robots telling searches. Okay, so, you know, it's just some basic stuff, you know. Now, I've quickly put in here lawyers Sutherland Shire because this is the local area here in Sydney. It's Sydney South, Sutherland Shire, and this is, you know, you want to be ranking for this term, right? So if you just do an incognito, go over here, punch it in. These guys are called WMD Law. And, you know, like you've got the yellow pages showing up as result number 2, you know. And then you've got these other blog, one flare, I don't even know what that is. But, you know, it couldn't be that hard to get that page number 1 result for this term, you know. So you're not on page 1. And then you got Yelp and all these other ones, you know, bloody word of mouth. But the law firms are not showing up here, right? So let's go back. And for this one here, lawyers Sutherland Shire, keyword magic, let's go into results for the overview. So you're getting a 40 volume a month. So that's 40 people looking for lawyers in the Sutherland Shire every month. They're typing this term in, right? You can see here the keyword difficulty is 18. So that's pretty easy, guys. And, you know, if you were to pay for each one of these clicks, you'd be paying $8.54, right? So some few tweaks, bit of on-page work, bit of off-page work. I'd imagine you guys wouldn't take a great deal of time, you know, to start ranking you guys for some terms. Let's have a look at their backlink profile. Let's just go back here. Backlink analysis. So while that's loading up, let's take a look at some of these other terms because they offer a bunch of different services, right? So they've got criminal lawyers, Sutherland Shire, so you could be getting 20 for that, right? So let's see if they're showing up anywhere in the search results for this. Now, this is not a technical audit, right? So this is just basically an overview, just to see where they're at. Now, there could be a whole bunch of technical issues, but I'm not going to run through that today. This is just a basic overview, you know, because it's pretty easy to see just from doing what I'm doing now, you know, where a business is at. Now, they're not on page 1 or page 2, all right? It's for another service they offer. And if they're not on there for Sutherland Shire, I doubt very much that they're going to be on there for Sydney. So let's take a look just for the hell of it. and see if they show up for Criminal Lawyers Sydney, because this would be a bit more competitive, this one, because Sydney obviously has a bigger location and it's sort of got a big it's got a big CBD, a central business district. So yeah, WMD, they're nowhere in sight. All right, so that's another one they should be ranking for, is criminal law Sutherland Shire. And now they also offer the services of family law. Right, so you're getting 30 people a month. You know, even if you got 5 of those a month, like, you know, I can imagine that's a, you know, it's a decent payday, right? 5 extra clients a month. And look at that, 4% difficulty. You could basically sneeze on that and get to the first position, you know. But with the way that their website's structured, you know, and they're not going to have any luck with that. Now let's have a look at their backlink profile. So they've got a bunch of backlinks here, 605, and they've got 120 referring domains. But backlinks are just sliding off. And most of them are coming from shopping category, you know, internet and telecom. So, you know, there's no relevance, you know, no real relevance to the linking profile that they've got. You know, why are they getting all these shopping backlinks, you know? It just seems a bit odd. So let's have a look here. And just take a quick look at 1 or 2 of these links. Let's just have a look at active ones. Because that's what some people will just, you know, go to Fiverr and just pay somebody to build a bunch of links to them, and it doesn't really do a great deal. Okay, so this is a local business here. They've probably getting a link from these guys somewhere down here, so they're a partner. So that'll be why. Obviously sponsor and principal partners. All right, so that's a decent link. It's because it's a local link, so that's good. They've got that local link there. And then what else they got here? Because they're the type of links you want. For a local business, you want these local types of links, because that realistically should help you in your Google profile, aka Google My Business. Yeah, so look, you know, I'm sure I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over all this. So this video is supposed to be just pretty quick. We just do a quick fly-by audit, we pick one company, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of these videos. But basically, yeah, WMD Law, if you ever see this and you want some help, there'll be links in the description, or just go to marketingmatrixai.com and, you know, leave us a message. And my name's Jason, and can definitely help you guys get this fixed up. All right, ciao.